All right, thank you very, very, very much. Thank you very much for coming today. And let's see, I've got my magic wand, Harry Potter. Does everyone like Harry Potter? I have my magic Harry Potter wand, okay? So I can go over here and bing. Oops, I think. Wow. The rules. Okay, so who's here? Who's here? Who's here? Are there any Toastmasters in the room? Any Toastmasters? Oh boy, that's great. I thought this was the shoe shine convention. So I'm in the right room. Good, that's a good first step. Okay, second, who in the room is club president or VPE? Club president, VPE. Wow, look at that. Look at that, look around the room. Wow. Wow, okay. Who in the room is a club officer? Okay, the same president, VP, officer, any type of officer in the club. Okay, wow. So, wow, we have a big room of officers. Who is not an officer? Okay, that's okay. You're welcome to stay too. That's good. Okay, we need everybody. Okay, great. Thank you. We have a great group here today. Now, the other thing I want to find out also is maybe area. Is there anyone here from Okinawa? No Okinawa. Okay. How about Kyushu? Kyushu. Ooh, this is very far away. Thank you. Great. Kyushu. How about Chugoku? Chugoku. Oh, great. They came all the way from China. That's great. How about Shikoku? Shikoku. All right, over here. How about Kinki? Kinki. Kinki group. Kinki. How about Chubu? Chubu. Chubu group. How about Kanto? Kanto. Oh. How come there's so many of you? Okay, we're in your area, right? How about Hokkaido? Anyone from Hokkaido? Hokkaido? No, okay, Okinawa, Hokkaido, a little too far. And last but not least, who's from Tohoku? So, thank you very much. A lot of my friends here from Sendai Club. Okay, now why did we join Toastmasters? I think we have two reasons. We want to learn and we want to grow. Okay? Is everyone here for that reason? Yes, I see a lot of heads going yes. Okay. So we want to grow and we want to learn. Okay, let's go to our next thing here. The agenda. Okay, first I'm going to explain or talk about a few things, but what I want to talk about a little bit is your thinking, your thoughts. Number one, this is about the Competent Leader Manual. Okay, the Competent Leadership Manual. Does anyone have that manual? Does anyone have that manual? First of all. It doesn't have to be with you, but do you have it at your house or someplace? Do you own the manual? Okay, good. That's almost everyone. So I want to talk about your thoughts, your feelings and perceptions about the manual first, okay? And then I want to introduce new ways to look at the manual. A few new ways and a few new thoughts and new perspectives or perceptions. And then I will share some tools with you that might help you use the manual. So, many of you have the manual. How many have used it so far? How many have actually used it? Okay, so pretty good. Not quite half, but almost half. Good. And then we'll go forward with some other things. Our time is short, so some things I will be going a little bit fast. So a few ground rules. I want this to be honest in this session. Please be free to say what you think. Don't be afraid. I want this session, one ground rule, no judgment. Okay? No right, no wrong. If you don't like the manual, okay, that's okay. We'll talk about that. If you hate it, if you don't think it's easy to use, that's okay too. Okay? Just please be honest. So in this room, we're going to have a safe environment. No judgment. Okay? No judgment. So please be true and honest with your feelings, opinions, perceptions, ideas, thoughts. And then I will share things that I have heard I used to be division governor, and I went to many, many clubs. So I'm not saying anything to embarrass anyone. What I might say now and then will be a collection of things I heard from many different clubs. It'll be a mix, okay? So think of me like blending coffee, okay? I will be mixing things together. I'm not trying to point fingers at any one group or embarrass anyone. That's not the point. Okay. So I have some handouts, but not yet. At a certain point, we'll pass these out. So they're right in the front. There's 3 groups of handouts. So when I say ready, go, I'll explain. And please help me pass these out very quickly to the back. Okay, when the time is ready. All right? So, let's go to the next. Okay, wow, can I go backwards on that? Okay, ground rules. Okay, the manual. Okay, who has it? We know that. Who uses it? Who likes it or doesn't like it? What are your thoughts about it? And what are your feelings and perceptions? So, we'll take a quick 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes, maybe less. I might cut it short, but we'll give it about 5 minutes. And with the people near you, this is where I wanted you to get it. With the people near you, please talk quickly about what you think of the manual. Okay? And please be honest. Now, when you do this, where do I point this? Okay, if you think of adjectives, just simple words. I like it. I hate it. It's great. It's wonderful. It's difficult. Okay, whatever, anything, just adjectives is okay. And then a few reasons why. A sentence or 2. And just one person in your group, make a group, let's say about 3 tables, so about 9 people or so together. Okay, 9 people, 9 people, 9 people, 9 people. And if you make a group very quickly and just have someone record, just some notes very quickly, just shout out in your group. Let's be very noisy, that's great. Be very noisy, just shout out words, and if someone could write some down, and then we'll have a few little spot reports, okay? Ready, go! Spot check. Can we do a quick spot check? How about over in this group, way over here? You've got 3 lonely by yourself. Did you come up with anything interesting or anything you'd like to share about good, bad, anything? Okay.
The manual we think is educational. All the lessons and advices explained in the manual is very useful for our daily life, not only about the leadership and speech making.
Oh, great. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so educational, useful, and maybe useful for daily life. Okay, so we just keep a short few comments. Okay, just a few words. How about the group right here in this video?
Hello. Okay, that's working. I haven't actually looked at the manual, so I'm just reporting comments from my group here. Most of the group liked it. Thought the contents were quite good. Someone didn't like it. But the explanations were hard to understand at times. It was a bit complicated and too specific. Some people found it confusing. And they're wondering, how long does it take to finish the manual? It's easy to begin, but seems to be hard to finish.
Oh, good point. Thank you very much. Okay, good. So, yeah. Okay, so it may be a little bit confusing in points, or maybe too detailed, or something. And when do we ever get to the end of it? Okay, all right. How about a group up here in the center over here?
Very much. Okay, adjective, 利点 not so familiar. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
On the contrary, CL manual, you can select any project. Project file is 92. So it's kind of confusing.
Yes, okay, a bit confusing maybe. Okay, go through it. Good, thank you very much. Great. Got a group way over here in the corner. Sometimes people on the ends, they get left out sometimes in these type of meetings. So.
The positive side, it's persuasive and challenging and helpful because we can learn a lot of the small roles. We can learn to share the information. And the other side, it's a little bit complicated and keep us very busy during the reading. We have already so many things to do to think about. That's what we have.
Okay, great, thank you very much. Okay. Plus and minus points, okay? Why don't we take the, okay, we can here. Great, okay.
Sorry.
Take this through.
I've not utilized the manual, but likewise I'm representing the thoughts of my team.
Okay, good.
And one thing that I think they all agreed on was the fact that the newer manual that everyone in the club has it. So when it comes time to do shared evaluations, everybody has a different manual, or they have different charts. So it creates a little bit of confusion trying to come to a conclusion or a decision on the evaluation. I think that is the
Good, okay, thank you. Great. So yes. This is, I think, a little trouble. I've heard there's a new manual out, and it's basically the same. I think the projects are the same, but it's written a little differently, and it's maybe a little different layout or something. So it just causes a lot of confusion sometimes, or trouble. People have different versions of this. Okay? Well, we take the group up here, I think is very active here, the Sendai group, and then we'll take one in the back over in the center there.
Quickly, it's I won't repeat what everybody else said. We have both we like, we don't like. In the like part, it's useful. And the don't like, most of you said the same thing. Where it was not mentioned, it's restricted. When you want to give an evaluation, you have to answer questions, specific questions, when you want to talk about something else. So we're like in a box.
Interesting.
We want to
Okay.
get out of the box. We want to give ABC evaluation, but we have to spend time answering that question. And in my opinion, not enough space to write.
Okay, yes. Great, thank you very much. Good. You made it in the center in the back over here. Okay, yes. So sometimes the space may be not enough. I've heard some people say, oh, I have to write too much. Okay, so there could be opposite problems. And then maybe the questions are too narrow and you might want to write something else. Great, thanks.
Yes, Toastmaster Kobori from Tsukuba Toastmasters. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So our discussion here came out here good, so that's just complicated. So the CC manual is very easy to understand, but CL manual here, so many objectives like here. For beginners, take a look at this one. Just came up. That's a problem. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much. I think one thing with the manual is for each project, you have many tasks to do. In the speaking manual, you have one thing, and then you're on project 1 finished, project 2, 3, 4. But this, they're all mixed in together, and you've got 3 things to do on one project, 1 thing to do on a different one, 5 on a different one, and it's maybe a little bit difficult to figure out what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, here's a collection of things that I have heard around the district. Okay? See if any of these fit. Okay, these are things I've overheard. Sometimes as a Toastmaster, it's hard to do this, right? We want to talk! Okay. Okay, some people I've heard complicated. Okay, I think we heard some of that. Maybe they don't understand it. They don't understand the manual. Or maybe they don't understand what they're supposed to do. It's difficult. Troubles. Tiring. extra work. Confusing it. Frustrating. Okay, has anyone felt any of these before? I see some heads nodding. Okay. So also, these are other things I've overheard too. It's time consuming to write the message or to write the memo, okay? So I'll share some techniques about this too also later, is we can make short comments. And also maybe if we have time, maybe Kobayashi-san can explain about 8 princes. They do short comments, I think sometimes by email too, is that right? They send email messages. They don't know how to use the manual. They don't know how to use it. How do I use it? What do I do? What am I supposed to do? They don't understand the manual. It's complicated. So, I think our key point here is sometimes we don't like things we don't know or we don't understand. We don't like what we don't know. We don't like what we don't understand. Something's new, something's different. I don't understand it. It's tiring, it's frustrating, it's bothersome. I don't want to learn about it. I just give up. Okay? I don't like it. Okay? Sometimes we don't like what we don't know or understand. So, this is because I think one point is that manual is unfamiliar. We're not used to it. It's a new thing. It's fairly new. Okay? Now, does everybody know this word? Unfamiliar. Let's look at it a little bit closer. It's a little bit long. Let's break it down. Familiar. Okay? Let's break it down a little more. Okay? I'll try to help you some more. Okay? Not family. Maybe this manual is an orphan in Toastmasters. It's not my son. I don't know that manual. I don't know. Not that one. Okay. So it's not part of our family yet. We're not used to it. It hasn't become part of our thing. So let's get familiar with manual. Okay, how do we do that? First, what are the meeting roles? Okay? We have different meeting roles. We have TMOD, speaker, evaluator, GED, timer, grammarian, TTM, the Toastmaster of the day, the table topic master, and the odd counter. Does everybody know these roles? Has anyone done these roles? Have you done any of those roles before? Ooh, good. Okay, well, you're familiar with these roles. Keep that in mind. Okay, we'll come back to that point. We're familiar with these roles. Now, are these familiar? Yes? So, we're going to do a quick role search. Has anyone seen the matrix in the manual? There's a matrix in the back. Okay? Now, from Okamoto-san, he's doing the other workshop in the other room. So I want to pass these out very, very quickly. Okay, there's one here, one here, one here. So if you pass those around, there's not that. Okay, not those yet, not those. Okay, just the big papers. Okay, just the big papers. Okay, the A4 papers. Okay, so we'll pass those out, and there's a matrix on this. Now this was partly put together, it's in the manual, but this was put together by Okamoto-san, and also Kobayashi-san and 8 Princes, he put together the same kind of matrix, and they've used that very successfully. So, let's look on the matrix. Does everyone have a paper? You're over here, not yet? This side didn't get in yet. Okay, if there's extras, can we pass them this direction? If you have any extras, please hold them up, and I'll come around and grab them. Okay, I made 90 copies. I heard there would be maybe 80 people, so I made 90 copies. So there should be enough for everybody, I hope. Does everyone have one? Does everyone have one? Okay, or is everyone, if you don't, maybe we can. Okay, two more, everybody okay? Okay, let's do a quick search. Let's look on the first page, the front page, the matrix. And let's look down the left side, and there's a listing of tasks to do, or roles to play. Can you find any of these roles that were on that slide? Let me go back to that. Can you find any of these roles on your paper? Ready, go. Where were they? Okay, maybe those are in there. Okay. Can you find any of these roles? Can you find those on your paper? Can you circle those very quickly? Ready, go! And when you're finished circling these roles, please raise your hand. Okay? Anyone? Yes, okay, I've got one hand, two hands. Two hands, okay, anybody else? Have you circled the roles? Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, great, you found the roles. Okay, so we are familiar with these roles. And these are in the manual. This is what we have to do. So we're doing this already. We're already doing the manual. We're already working in the manual, okay? Okay, so we found those in our word search. Wow! Okay, so we're already doing it. We're already doing what's in the manual, okay? But what happened to all these things? Are those roles complicated? Toastmaster of the day, general evaluator, are those complicated? Are those difficult? Are they hard to understand? Okay, the speaker, the evaluator, we know how to do those, so maybe it's not so hard. So, we're already doing it. Why not get credit? Why not get credit for what you're doing already? You're doing it already. Why not get credit? Okay? So, let's go back to elementary school. Has anyone gone to school, elementary, primary school? Oh, good, I'm not that. Okay, so in primary school, I remember I made a little pig basket in first grade. It was green and yellow. We wove it together, a woven basket. I was proud I took it home. And then I went all through school, and I got to 6th grade, and I'm 12 years old, and I'd done all the work. I had completed all of the papers. I'd done everything every teacher asked me to do. I did all of it. And then there was a phone call. Hello, this is Rob. Your son, yes, he's not going to graduate from elementary school. What? He's not going to graduate from elementary school? Why not? He did all the work. Well, he might have done the work, but he didn't hand it in to any of the teachers. He didn't get credit for any work. So next year, he's back in first grade again. First grade! He's been studying for 6 years! He's in the 6th grade! He's 12 years old! I'm sorry, but you can't graduate. He's still in the first grade. Okay? So, why are we doing all this work? Okay? Who's here from the conference today that helped arrange this conference? Anybody helped arrange the conference? Okay, good. Okay? Now you're working very hard. You've been working very hard. This is a lot of work. Why not get credit for it? All you need is someone to watch and make a little tiny note. Okay, you get credit. Okay, we don't want to be in elementary school forever. So, now I'm going to share a few tools and things very quickly, and then we'll try to brainstorm. One thing to use the manual, I think it's important to have a buddy system. If we have friends, we have support. They encourage us, they give us courage. Okay, they help us go forward. And then how do we do that? How do we get the club excited? And how do we keep the members in the club on track with working with it? So here's a few ideas. Okay? Now, while I'm getting a few things ready, now if we can pass these handbooks out here. These are the passports I made. While you're doing that, I'll be getting some things out here. Here we go. Okay, while those are being passed out, has anyone seen this before? Has anyone seen this before? Has anyone seen this chart? No. Okay, I see there's a lot of heads shaking no and a few yes. Okay. There are a lot of tools from Toastmasters that are very useful, but I think many people don't know about them, or many clubs have not ordered them, or haven't gone on the website and looked in the shopping area, or maybe they don't know where to look in the shopping area. So, to help you, on the second page of your A4 handout, no, the big one, the 3 pages together, the big A4 handout, A4 big page. So the big page, behind the matrix. The second page, I made a list for you. These are some tools I recommend, and I put the number beside it. You can go to the website, put in the number, bing, and that will Okay, this chart, it has a little number at the bottom somewhere. Where is it? Okay, come on. This is 308. Number 308. Okay, so if you just put 308 search in the Toastmasters website shopping area, and you might need to log in. If you haven't logged in, you'll have to create a password. So it's very simple to do. The other thing I put on the top is you have to use, one confusion before, is your username on the website is your member number. It's not your personal name. It says username, but it's your number. Now, what's your number? How many people know their membership number? Okay, a few, but not everyone. So, where is it? How do you find out your membership number? It's on the Toastmaster magazine, secret. Okay? It's above your name on the Toastmaster mailing label on the magazine. Just look above your name, there's a little number. That's your username. Okay? That's a key important point. And I'm sorry that I don't think Toastmasters explained that to anyone really. So now you know the secret trick. Okay? So you can log in. Now on this type of chart, you can put all the members' names of your club down the side. And then it has each project. You can sign it off here. And this is the way to get teamwork in your club. Okay? Everybody sees the chart. Put it on the wall. Where am I? Okay, I'm number 11 down here. Oh wow, I finished project 4. You can see it. It's visual. You can see it, and you can see where other members are too, and you can encourage them, help them to move forward too. So this is the competent leader. There's also the competent communicator. There's another chart. Okay, this gets a lot of teamwork. There's also, has anyone seen this? This is a good checkup for your club. The moments of truth. You can buy this chart only. There's a whole module, there's a whole presentation about this in a workshop. You can buy this only, and then you can do a quick check. It's like a doctor check. Go in for a checkup. How's your club doing? Okay. So there are all of these on the website, and there's also the Distinguished Club. And part of this Distinguished Club chart here, you put on the wall, it has on here CL. So getting competent leaders, it helps your club. Okay? So teamwork. If you help the club, they help you. Or it should work that way. Okay, back and forth. Oh, okay, it's okay. Okay, I'm okay. Okay, so those are some tools there. So we need a buddy system, and this gives us courage. If you try to do it alone, I don't think it's going to work. Okay, some people are doing it alone in their club, but if the club gives support, this is what's very helpful. If you get club support. So, if you can, you might say, my club doesn't care about the manual. If you can get a small group of people in your club that will work with you, that are interested, and then you're like the yeast, okay, yeast team or tane. And then you can slowly start spreading out in the club and encouraging other members to work. And slowly, hopefully the officers will get on board and say, yeah, great, that's great, let's do that. Let's get the chart, let's find the chart. Now you know which charts to get, okay, on your table. All right, so I think there's a missing link. We're doing many tasks in the manual, and we're learning many skills in the manual. We're doing coordinating of big conferences, and we're doing roles in the meeting, but we're not getting credit. And why is that? Because maybe the manual isn't clear. We don't know what to do. We don't know how to use the manual itself. So this is why I made the small little booklets. So if you look in the booklets, this is passport to go with manual. And I try to simplify, make it easy to understand. One glance, hitome de, one page. You can understand, you can catch the meaning, I hope. So one page, and you have little smiley faces. So these are your Visa stamps. How many stamps do you need on that page? And then it's got how many smileys at the top. You've got 2 smiley faces, okay, I need 2 stamps on that page. And then what you can do is in your club, you can get a little rubber stamp. If you get the president of your club or the VPE, get their cartoon face with the hanko yasan. Can you make a hanko of this face? And they can do that. They can do rubber stamps of anything, okay? And you can get the president's face and get them to stamp your thing, and it'll be fun. They get fun. And then if you don't like the president, maybe you get a sushi stamp or a butterfly or a dolphin or I don't know, whatever you like, okay? Harley Davidson, I don't know. Okay, so you can put the stamps in there. So this is one way to do it. Okay, so do you see any tools you might be able to use to help you? Okay, one is the charts, one is the passport. Now I have a couple other things I'll show you very quickly. This is just a short introduction. You'll have to look at this on your own later. One thing on your list, I put all these on the list. They have these cards. I think one part of Toastmasters, Mary Jose gave a speech long ago about, I got a half a meal because I didn't know there were all these other things to do. I didn't get dessert. I didn't get the main dish. Okay. This card, this is about the communication track and the leadership track, and it tells you all the things you have to finish. And once you finish both sides, you're DTM. You're Distinguished Toastmaster. That's like a PhD from university. Okay, almost. It's a lot of work to get there. So I like to think of it like being a PhD. So once you get your DTM. But this explains very quickly. Now, I ordered 50 of these to pass out. They haven't arrived, so I'm sorry. But if you want one, and you can contact me later, my email's on there. If you just send me an email, I will mail you one when they arrive. Okay? Or you can order. These are free, by the way. They're free. There's things that are free on the website. When you place an order, you can get these for free. Okay? So this explains the education tracks. I think that's one problem. People don't understand what they're supposed to do beyond the basic manual. This is another one. This is a copy, so it doesn't look beautiful. There's a blue color, I think, and there may be a new one. This is the Member Achievement Record. And this is very important, I think, because inside you can write down the dates. When was I a club officer? When did I do a certain presentation? When did I finish that speech? Here's all the requirements to get different levels. Okay? And if you do different presentations, these are outside the manual. The Better Speaker Series, Successful Club Series, the Leadership Excellence Series. When you do those, keep a record. If you don't keep a record, other people in your club are too busy, the VPs not keeping track of when did you do that presentation. They're not keeping track. You have to do it yourself. So I recommend getting this for yourself and for every member in your club. I really recommend that. Okay? Then also to understand how it all fits in is the award application. You can download these. Some of these now are on PDF. Free download. You can just print it out. This is for the Advanced Communicator application. And what do you need to do? It tells you very quickly. One sheet. What do I need to do to finish that? Or the Advanced Leader or Distinguished Toastmaster. And these are all listed on your paper, okay, with numbers. And it tells you what to do. One sheet, very quickly. What do I have to finish? Wow, I got that level? I've done that level already. Why didn't I get credit? And then you can apply for these things. And then for the advanced speeches, the advanced manuals, there's a sheet of that, of each manual, each advanced manual, and explains what they are, what's in it. Because some people I find they reach the CC level and they kind of get stuck for several years and they don't move forward very quickly after that. They might do a couple advanced speeches and maybe a few more, maybe one more, maybe one more. They're not really getting very far, very fast. So if you have this I think will help. Okay. So those tools, what I wanted to do, but our time is up. I wanted to get together and say, what tools do you find useful or what can you change and adapt? Okay? But please talk back in your clubs. What tools could you maybe use? And with this passport, I hope will be helpful. And if you order some of these charts and some of the things on your list, on your paper, I think these will help you to understand a little bit wider the Toastmaster system. It's much wider. There are many things you can learn and do in the Toastmaster system. So it's a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed the presentation. On the very, very last page, there is a little questionnaire, enquete. So if you can fill that in, please, and then leave it up here on one of these tables. There's these 3 clear folders. If you can just slip it into these, then I can pick them up later. But on the very back, you just tear it off, and just I tried to make it as simple as possible. So you can just circle, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, all the way down. And then if you have some extra comments, that you can write those in. Weekend, so if you want to see any of these things up close, please grab me in the hallway or after this session, any place, and I can show you these in the chart. If you want to look at any of these and see what they look like up close, that's fine. Also, on the passport itself, in the very front page, in the very front cover inside, I put a little explanation, and please, if you use it in your club, make copies and use it if you can. And then, if you have any suggestions or ideas, how to change it or improve it or anything, I've made some changes from before. I made this a couple times, and I've had different people try it out, and I've gotten different ideas back from them. Okay, one was to put the completion record in the back, which I did, and another was to make it on thicker paper because you can see the writing through it, so I made it on thicker paper this time. So if you have different ideas or things to change it, my email's on there, and please just put CL manual, I think I put on there in the subject line. So because I get lots of spam, I think everyone does. So if you just put CL manual or CL passport, I think I put on there. It's right on that front page, on this side on the front page at the bottom. But please put it on the subject line. And then send me any ideas, or it could be good, bad, anything, improvement or success or whatever. Okay.
So the workshop session has finished right now?
Okay, so this we went through grapple. So we're familiar with things, we're doing them already. So if you just get a buddy system to help you with group power and the tools. Okay, thank you very much. Shall I have a